Hello, hello, Guardians. I am Ransom Rider. This is my favorite game. Today, the War Table, we have a very special guest. This is DadBot with Clan Elysium. We're going to be asking him just a few fun questions about Destiny and a couple of other subjects. Grab your popcorn, get a beverage. Let's dig into DadBot. DadBot, tell us a little bit about yourself for folks who might not be familiar with you.
So I am. I play Destiny for Elysium. That's kind of what I do. I'm a big fan of the raid races. I know earlier you were saying that you thought I was like your age. I'm actually like 20 years old. I'm a college student right now.
Well,
So
when your icon popped up, DadBot, I was like, wow, he is really young.
yeah, no, no,
But now
I'm.
we don't age discriminate. I just did a roundtable chat with Dom, who's 10 years old and a phenomenal guardian. So
That's cool.
I'm glad to have you. What country are you located in, DadBot?
I'm in the U.S. I'm in Illinois right now.
Illinois,
Yeah,
okay. And I'm not picking up an accent yet, but I do love accents, chat. I love them. I'm crazy
yeah.
about them.
I got the Midwestern accent, so basically nothing.
No. Well, that's a good thing. When you're rating, everybody can understand exactly what you're saying. I sometimes have to repeat myself twice because I grew up in the sticks.
Really, I think you're super
DadBot,
easy to
how long
understand.
have you been with Clan Elysium?
Oh, I joined when right after Goss. I don't know when Goss came out, but that's got to be a few years at this point. I don't
Have
I
you
don't know
been
exactly how long.
on, were you in the world's first raid teams? I know they have four belts, I believe. Were you
I
on
was
those teams?
I was not, but I was actually originally supposed to be on that team. But I ended up not playing the game, and so they found someone else. So kind of unlucky there.
All right. If you looked at your skill set, and as a guardian, we could be one is a new light, a blueberry, 10 is, those triple S tier gamers. Where do you rank?
I mean, I would put myself closer to like the higher end, like an 8 or 9. Of course, I
Okay.
don't know everything. I don't have a belt, so I can't give myself like a 10, right? But I consider myself a pretty decent player.
Hey, I'm for it. I'm for it, and I've seen you play, and you're excellent always. I did get a revive one time for DadBot. I was thrilled about it.
You
Anytime
also
I
picked
can
me up
revive,
once. So.
a high end gamer, I'm excited. I'm excited. If you look back, DadBot, at your career in gaming, your fun in gaming, what is your best moment?
Oh, that's a tough one. I probably have to say so. When I first started playing Destiny, I started playing around like Warmind, and I really wanted to get into raids. And Spire of Stars had just like come out; it was a huge new thing, right? And I remember it took us weeks to get it done, but as soon as we cleared, I remember it was so fun to finally have like finished that one because it was such a tough raid back then. So I think that's probably got to be like my peak for that.
And if you look back and you say, this was really just not fun for me, this was not a good time, what would be, that rotten moment that you don't want to go back to?
Oh, so when I don't remember when it was, like it was after Shadowkeep for sure. Or no, it was right before Shadowkeep came out. There was a challenge where the first team to get 100,000 berry and bow would get a free copy of Shadowkeep. And I think me and Swetsicle and like two other people farmed berry and bow, so just running around the Dreaming City for like 18 hours a day for like a week straight to do it. And then I just remember losing my mind because it was so mind numbing.
DadBot, luckily, there was a lot of those growing. There are a lot of those growing around the training
Yeah.
city. But even though, how long did it take you to complete that?
Oh, it was over a week. I think we added up. It was like 150 hours of like in the Dreaming City, like straight almost.
I did play like you. I wasn't collecting them, for anything specific, but I did collect a lot of them because I played there continually. It was astounding. The Dreaming City chat. If you have not seen that, if you weren't playing it when it debuted, those weekly changes, when the last wish was conquered, it was just, I was astounded every week. And for DadBot to say he was collecting those resources, and did you get the 100,000?
We did. We won by like the person who also got 100,000. There were two teams going for it. Really, they beat us, or they just barely lost to us by like 3 or 4 hours. It was super close.
DadBot, I remember looking, I had 7,000 of them just as a general player, and I thought, wow, I have got the most of these of anything I've ever had. I did have a teacher inside the game way back when that said, pick up your resources, you're going to need them. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so that really, though, is like a low point, just the work on that.
Yeah, I would fall asleep and then wake up and go right back into it. So it was pretty bad. I was so happy to be out of it.
I don't blame you one bit. Now, are you available in social media to people who might know you?
Yeah, I am. I have like Twitter and I have YouTube, but I don't really post on it.
All right, all right. And what would you tell a gamer? Let's say you're out in a social situation and gaming comes up. They find out that you're a noted gaming and gamer inside the Destiny community, and they say, "I'm thinking about gaming." What would you tell them?
I think the biggest thing is to just do it for fun. Um, because I know a lot of people who want to get into video games and then they also like want to take it super serious. And I think a big thing is if you're not having fun doing it, there's no real point, right? So if you find a game fun, like the reason I play so much Destiny is because I love the game. It is fun to play. And like maybe it's not a perfect game, but it is still enjoyable at the end of the day. And that's why I play games, right? Because I have a bunch of friends that I can spend time with. And so I think that's the biggest part is, get into games because they're fun to do, not because you want to be the best or anything.
And really, DadBot, I like what you're saying because no matter where your friends are, no matter what country, we can join together and all be gamers here.
Exactly.
That's a big deal, Guardians. It's a very big deal. My original fire team, Vol and Havoc, they've been away, very far away, but we've still been able to meet inside this game, just like you heard DadBot say. We know coming up, the final shape, will you be day one rating? Now, we kind of know a little bit already, DadBot, just so you know. I don't know if you watched the interviews with Vendetta, ATP, Mango, and Zemo. We kind of know you're on their team.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? You're part of Clan Elysium. How do you feel about being on this team of superstars?
Oh, I'm super excited. I mean, I was telling Vandal, he's on the team. I have my Destiny 2 Avengers. I collected all of the Infinity Stones. I got, ATP, Zemo, Vendetta. I got the best of the best. And so I'm super excited to see how we do.
All right. Now, I'm going to say something. I'm putting it on digital. Nobody come for me. Everybody has freedom of choice to choose their team. But DadBot, I'm really rooting for you guys. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be rooting for you. I'm rooting for Mango as your coach. How do your other clan members, how are they reacting to you being on an opposing team that's made up of superstars inside the gaming community?
I mean, I don't know. I really haven't talked too much about it with them.
They
but
don't know.
Let's be real. They have 4 belts. I'm sure they're not too stressed out. Yeah.
All right. So and we've debated this, DadBot. We've talked about inside my stream, serious gaming versus just fun gaming. Do you differentiate between the two, or is it all the same for you?
I think for me at least, I find taking it seriously is where I get my fun, right? So I think like you can find Destiny fun in multiple ways, and for me, the fun comes from taking it super serious. That doesn't mean I need to do it all the time, but that's where I get the most enjoyment out of the game.
All right. So you will be having, that gaming high basically when you're inside the upcoming raid.
Absolutely, yeah.
Have you been hoarding bounties?
Mm-hmm, I have, yeah.
I
I started doing them like the week
has.
after the season released. I wanted to get them out of the way early.
Yeah. I think everybody and Guardians. Just while we're on that, DadBot, we're going to profile you on the stream and just take a look at you here. So we're gonna go over your character. We're going to look at your fashion. See what you're wearing.
Oh, my fashion never changes. It's the only stuff I ever wear. It's the same ornaments every time.
If you find something you like, stick with it. I'm for it. Now, Guardians, this is DadBot with Clan Elysium. He's an 1832 Warlock human, currently running Dawnblade, the Necrochasm. You know it, you love it. Some of you, don't take this off. I definitely loved it when I got it that first day, and I used it for many weeks, many weeks. Dead Weight, the shotgun, and I'm a shotgunner. Crux Termination. I love this weapon. If you're bad mouthing this in social media, you don't have one that's good, because I like this weapon. I think it's a lot of fun. DadBot is a 100 on resilience, a 90 on recovery, a 100 on discipline, using the exotic necrotic grip. DadBot, you look good. The ornaments, tell us about this look. Was this from one of the holiday celebrations for Eva Levante?
It was, yeah. It's the dawning one. I love it. I think it looks so cool with like the little spikes that go off in every direction.
And so you wear your lights year round.
Yeah, I do. I always keep this on.
LEDs,
It's my favorite.
You gotta love them. They're very energy efficient. DadBot, you look really, really phenomenal here. Do you at all change the color shader?
Okay, so I'm actually colorblind, so I try not to change the colors.
Okay. So you actually have your system set up with a different color combination. When you're looking at in-game content, you see a different color than what someone who had the standard setup.
Yeah, it's more like sometimes like I can't differentiate colors from each other. So like when I'm scanning, I have a lot of trouble in Deepstone Crypt seeing like which ones are which. And so I tend not to change my colors because I have trouble like seeing what looks good on my character.
Okay. So, well, you look good. You look good. I think you look really good there. Now, what is your favorite? Are you Warlock all the time, DadBot?
Oh yeah, always Warlock.
Okay. Warlock. And if I said to you, Warlocks absolutely take the most skill to manage effectively, how would you respond?
I think Hunters are so much harder, but I think Warlocks have a higher skill cap in being able to support your teammates. So I would say that being able to support others, it is the hardest, but like staying alive, solo gameplay, I think it's probably the easiest.
And how do you feel about Xenotaph and Well of Radiance?
So I love Well. I like being able to press my super and not die. I know Salt is a big nerf the game player. I like things that make my life easy, so I prefer Well. Cenotaph, I am my team Cenotaph player, so I've been playing a lot with it recently. I almost never take it off at this point. And honestly, I enjoy the gameplay. It's not too bad. And I like kind of being able to help my team by making heavy, so I enjoy it.
If you were going to join a team that says we're just going to, work our way through this raid, through all the encounters, or you're going to join a team that absolutely is going to be doing that super fast run, what's your first choice? The speedrunners or just the old-fashioned let's work our way through?
Honestly, just whoever seems nicer to spend the time with, because like no matter what you do, if you speedrun it or if you're like with people, whoever is gonna like be the most enjoyable to do the raid with, that's who I'd rather choose.
Yes. I've done some speed runs, and I often feel like though I wasn't fast enough to stay.
I mean, you don't have to always be going for record pace, right? We're not all Zemo, but just doing it for fun. I mean, just as long as you're trying your best, that's what matters, right?
I like what you're saying, DadBot. We see eye to eye. I love to watch the speedrunners because it shows us what's possible inside the game. And with enough practice and the right gear, we can all be the same, speedrunners. You can all be that. Now, DadBot, are there any videos where we can see you in action on YouTube or otherwise?
I do have a YouTube, but It's got to be some pretty old videos at this point. I don't really upload all that often.
If you
It's,
had to pick out of your career in gaming, what has been your absolutely favorite game?
my favorite video. I would probably say Borderlands 2. I think that's my favorite.
Borderlands 2. I played some
Yeah.
Borderlands for about 10 or 15 minutes. I did, chat. I did. If you had to look at the movies you've viewed, what's your favorite movie?
Parasite.
Parasite.
Yup.
Parasite. Now, that sounds like I've seen that.
It is a Korean movie.
That won the Oscar a few years back,
I
right?
believe so. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Okay. I have not seen Parasite. I need to see it.
It is.
Uh,
It's my favorite movie. I definitely recommend it.
and wasn't that like a family of servants living with a very wealthy family? Something like that was going
Yeah,
on.
they like work their way into the family and try to like take it over. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it. I know that got Best Foreign Film the year it was out. If someone came up to you and offered you your dream job, what would it be?
Oh, that's a rough one. So right now I actually teach math, right? To little kids. I
Oh
teach
my
like
gosh, you are a teacher?
I am. I teach online. I teach kids anywhere from like probably like first grade up until like high school.
DadBot. Let's just pause for a moment, chat. I want everyone to know DadBot is a teacher in real life. Teachers are so important because they shape who we are as individuals. Here in the US of A, we do not give them the respect that they deserve. Teachers are important, yes, and I am so thrilled to know that you're a teacher because you make a difference. You make a difference. DadBot, have you seen my video that I made about, a teacher that really, shaped my life in a big way?
I have not.
You need to watch it.
I will.
Teachers Appreciation was like a week and a half ago. It is a week-long period in the United States, and I wanted to put that out there. It was a story that I had never told before. My family didn't know about it. No one knew about it. I put it on digital. I gave it life. Check out that video. So your dream job. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm just thrilled to know that you're a teacher.
Yeah, so I'm a teacher. Honestly, like if I could choose anything, I would probably like teach a higher level of math. Because I like teaching, working with young kids, but I think teaching something a little bit more tricky, where I can really like dive into something, that would be kind of my like dream.
Okay. So you enjoy definitely your career choice.
I do, yeah.
Okay. Now, if you were going on a dream vacation, where would it be?
Oh, Patagonia. I want to go to the mountains. I think it would be so pretty.
And are you experienced in the outdoor living? Do you wear Patagonia?
I do not, but I have spent a lot of time with my dad, like camping and doing that type of stuff. So I think it would be pretty fun.
Awesome. All right. I do love to camp, and I grew up in the Smoky Mountains, so I kind of like was camping my entire life in a paradise.
That's cool. My
If you
parents live like super close to the Smoky Mountains, so I'm
Oh,
up there
your
every once in a
parents
while.
do?
Yeah, they do.
Well, now I grew up in the Smokies. I born in the backwoods, raised in a cave kind of life, DadBot, and I have to say I loved it. I loved it. Do you watch television?
I do, yes.
What's your favorite television show?
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I think a lot of people are with you on that. The version on Netflix, or the animated version? I've heard the
I,
new version was really good. I've not seen
I
it
like
yet.
the animated version more, but I did watch the new one with my roommate, and it was pretty fun. I
And
enjoyed it.
and how do you rank the Airbender movie from a few years back?
Oh, very, very poorly. I was not a big fan
I,
of
you
that
know,
one.
I don't hate on it. I didn't love it, but I'm told that I would love this new series. Dadbot, how do you feel your team? Be direct now. Be direct. How do you feel your team is going to do in day one raid, the competition mode?
I'm pretty confident in them. We do have R6. He's getting back from a trip very soon. So we're going to start, as soon as he gets back, we're going to start practicing a lot more. And I'm pretty confident already, and I think that'll only make me more and more.
Now, I've
excited for what's to
had
come.
3 of your teammates and Mango, your coach, at the war table. Uh, who am I missing? There's 2 teammates I'm missing for the war table chat.
So we have Zazie and Arax. They're both very close friends of mine.
But now,
Uh,
not Snazzy Rock.
Not
It's
Snazzy
another.
Rock, no.
What's
Yeah,
the full name? Is it just Snazzy?
just Zazie,
Zazzy.
Zazzy.
And does Zazzy have a presence in live streaming and social media?
Not really. I wouldn't say either of them have a huge presence. So
How do you rank his skill?
Zazie. Oh, actually, Zazie and Arax are probably the only 2 players that I have like 100% confidence in.
All right. If when you talk to them, DadBot, next, tell them I would love to have them in, even as a duo to sit down and chat with me. I really want people to realize that, with enough work, effort, time commitment, you can make this game what you want it to be. We're speaking with DadBot with Clan Elysium. He's going to be facing some very difficult odds. Um, how do you look at the Witness as far as a boss inside of games?
Okay, so the witness is a bit tricky because he doesn't really look very menacing, or at least like from the trailers, he's just kind of got like a bald head that's like got like smoke coming out of it. So he's a little bit goofy, but I think they can make him like this kind of like shape shifting type of thing that could be very like scary. That I would think would be really cool in the raid.
Has he trapped us in this solar system, or do we have him trapped in the Traveler?
I think he definitely trapped us. He's definitely got the upper hand right now. At least I think so.
You're going to get him, though, aren't you, DadBot? You're going to get
Oh,
him.
for sure. Absolutely. I would never let him do anything that could put this game in danger. I got that just for you, Mr. Ransom.
And will you be streaming your endeavor into, the raid coming up? Will you be live streaming it?
I will not know. I don't know if my internet could handle live streaming, so I don't want to like risk losing my internet halfway through the raid.
Right. But we will be able to see you because I know your teammates are going to be live streaming. Will we be able to hear your vocals through their content?
I don't know, but chances are probably not. We'll have to see.
Because
I'll have to
we've
talk
discussed this with other players, and a lot of them are not going to, we're not going to be able to hear a lot of their conversations. Because if you are serious about this, chat, you don't want someone eavesdropping. I feel like, DadBot, I feel like you guys are going to be a team to watch as we move into the final shape and the raid. Is there something that you can tell us that maybe people wouldn't know about you and just the general gaming with you?
Oh, I guess maybe I'm a pianist. I've been playing since I was 5 years old, and it's something I'm super passionate about. So,
wow, you play the piano and you teach math.
I do.
All of a sudden, you're like a tiny percentage of the population. What's your favorite song?
On piano, probably Japaruji. It's a song from Parasite.
Wow, who was the composer?
I have no clue.
Okay. But you like a lot of those, the movies with really the phenomenal scores. I think of Blade Runner from back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm. It is very good.
Absolutely stunning score. We lost that composer. I thought that was just so beautiful. How do you feel about the music inside of Destiny?
Oh, I think it's amazing. I'm a big fan of like anything orchestral, and like all of the Destiny music is orchestral, so I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Guardians, I want to give a big thank you to DadBot for taking the time to come in and hang out with us and share some information about himself, his fun inside the gaming. I like what DadBot really said about, the serious gaming, fun gaming, and it's what you make of it, basically. And DadBot loves to go into the in-game content. It sounds like the challenge get you excited. DadBot, thank you. I appreciate you for being here. And let's play again. The last time I played with you, was it Pantheon or was it
I
just
believe
Root
so,
of
yeah. I think
Nightmare?
it was Pantheon.
Yeah, I think it was Pantheon. Thank you for hanging out with us, and definitely check out that about teachers. I would love to hear your comment about it. It's under 5 minute video, but it tells a true story. I'm excited to know more about you and see you in game, and I'm excited to see how your team does. And if you talk to your fellow gamers that are going to be doing the raid with you, tell them to stop by. We would love to chat and see what they have to say. Their voice is important.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely. I think one of them gets back from their trip on Saturday, so I'll like hit them up and see if maybe they want to do something the day after or something.
Yeah, I would love it. DadBot, thank you for giving us your time, your attention, and your answers. We appreciate you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, DadBot. Chat, there you have it. DadBot with Clan Elysium going to be going into the raid coming up real soon. We have ultimately a very short window to be ready. Get out there, gather your friends, your weapons, your armor. Let's show the witness what the light can do. I'm Ransom Rider. This is my favorite game, Destiny 2. Bye. Bye. Thank you, DadBot. Thank
Of
you.
course.